My name is Coach Edgerly. I'm the head basketball coach at Riverside Christian School in Yakima, Washington. Today I want to discuss offensive concepts that our team will abide by. Some concepts that are important, I think, for players playing together and ultimately having success on offense. Our offensive style is based on three simple principles. The first one being that players score, not offenses. It's my firm belief that teams or coaches can put together a structure that creates offense. However, it's really ultimately the players that score. It's not the offense. Players still have to use their skill sets, such as shooting, their ability to handle the ball, their ability to attack the basket, their abilities to screen and cut in order to score. No offensive set in itself will create scoring opportunities without players utilizing their skills. Our second principle is that we always want to create numerical advantage as much as possible. If we can get numerical advantage such as 3-on-2, 2-on-1, 4-on-3, etc., we think that's going to put us in a good position to outscore our opponent. The third one is screening and cutting. If we do not get numerical advantage and we have to set up in our half-court offense, we're going to predicate our offense off of two basic things. One, screening, and the other, cutting. We think those are going to give us the best opportunities to score. We think that screening is one of the hardest things to defend in the game, and that's going to put us at an advantage over our opponents. As mentioned earlier, offensive sets don't score points. It's players that score points. As a team, we want to put, and as a coach, I want to put my players in situations where they can use their skill sets to score. We still have structure, but I think the best way is to limit structure as much as possible. Allow players to be players and play the game. In fact, a coach said one of the worst things that you can do is overcoach your guys. And I really believe in that. I believe that I have to provide structure, but very limited structure, and allow the guys to be players and play the game. Here I have on the board a basic setup of our structured fast break. As mentioned, our second offensive principle was we want to create numerical advantage. One way of creating numerical advantage is through fast break. We grab a rebound, or the other team makes a field goal, we get it out as quickly as possible, we're pushing the ball up court to create numerical advantage and score on our opponent. This is a basic setup we have. We're assuming that 5 either rebounded the ball or that he took the ball inbounds, 1 being our guard here with the ball. 2 and 3 who are interchangeable. It does not matter which side they go on. We don't want to say, hey, you're going to go up the right side of the court, you're going to go up the left side of the court. We want to allow players the freedom to choose which side of the court, as long as we're balanced out on both sides. 2 and 3 will be streaking up the sidelines. Notice here they're wide. They're not clustered toward the middle of the court. Okay, 1 is going to take the ball up one side of the court. 5 trails on the opposite side. What we're trying to do in this is we're trying to skip the ball ahead, okay, passing the ball up court to an open player as quickly as possible. If the pass isn't there, 1 can take it all the way up via the dribble and set up something from there. But we want to try to pass the ball up to either side, 2 or 3 or 4, as quickly as possible to create numerical advantage. 4's responsibility is cutting to the ball side block. If 1 passes to 2, 4 would cut to the right block. If 1 passes, if he skips the ball over to 3, okay, 4 would take his path over to the ball side block, and we're trying to establish early post entry as soon as possible. We want 3 and 4 to look inside to 4 on the block to see if we can get an easy shot. If we're unable to create numerical advantage, we want to set up in our half-court offense. Again, we're basing our half-court offense off of screening and cutting. Here I have listed 3 entries that we will use to initiate our half-court offense. We have the 5-out entry, the triangle entry, and then the 3-out, 2-in. In the triangle entry, we have 1 high post and then 2 low posts, making a triangle. In our 3-out, 2-in, we have 3 guards around the perimeter and then 2 posts in the low post area. And then in our 5-out entry, we have 5 players around the perimeter. Here on the board, I have a half court set up. We are in our 5-out. We have 5 players on the perimeter of the court. The ball is up top. One of our offensive principles is that the inside man, that is the man closest to the inside of the court or the middle of the court, screens for the outside man. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line down the middle of the court, separating the court into halves. On this left side, this player right here would be inside, or the inside man. He's on the inside, or he's closer to the middle than the other man on his side of the court, so therefore he would be the screener. In this case, he'd be setting a down screen, and this player would have to make a read. He'd be making the read of the defense and either cutting over the screen toward the basket, he can cut under the screen toward the basket, or he can fake over the top and then flare out to the perimeter. As mentioned earlier, we want players to learn to play the game. We're not trying to limit them with our offensive structure. Our structure just helps them be players. It puts them in positions to use their skill sets. Players will learn how to read screens, learn how to read the defense and react accordingly. And in that way they learn to be players and not just following a diagram or following a pattern. We want guys to really learn how to play, how to read the defense and learn to score. This is a snippet into our half-court offense, some of the offensive principles that we abide by and concepts. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you for listening.